We are on the home straight, baby. That is right, Sector 5 of Conquest Feats. But if you haven't done so already, 1, 2, 3, 4 videos, Conquest Feats, every single sector. Your boy Scribbler's got you sorted, son. You know what I mean? All right, let's break this down.
So give it up.
My dead body.
Okay, first and foremost, let's go ahead and take a look. Look at that beautiful red box. Ooh, look at that beautiful red box. You could get one too. Amazing. Let's check out the feats for this sector. We need to defeat 50 enemies with Phoenix characters. Now, this one is currently bugged, but I will go over how we can do this. We need to gain Foresight 60 times, win at least 20 battles without losing units, and attempt to inflict blind 60 times. Okay, so these are really not too bad. Actually, Sector 5 is probably one of the easier sectors. I know that the enemies are tougher and the modifiers are worse and the stat spreads are worse, but the feats themselves are actually pretty easy. You can get all of these done without having to worry about having gear or anything like that. When it comes to teams to look out for, I will once again recommend that you guys go ahead and grab yourself a crew team. That is right, we are going to cheese the blind and foresight feats upon this crew team. It's going to be easy, it's going to be barely an inconvenience, and we're going to fly through it like it wasn't even there. Love to see it, love to hear it. Okay, so let's quickly take a look at the data disks. Once again, people always ask me, what data disk setup am I running? I am running a volatile accelerator, amplify agony data disk setup, blue volatile accelerator, blue ruthless swiftness, 3 amplify agonies all blue, and a voluntary vanguard data disk. Voluntary vanguard not entirely necessary, just useful for some of those feats as it forces a mark on your healthiest or strongest character. The rest is very, very easy and straightforward. Amplify Agony and Volatile Accelerator pair well together to deal ridiculous amounts of damage to the enemy, and then Ruthless Swiftness just gives us that little bit more of a speed boost. Okay, so let's take a look at thinking about the Foresight and the blind feats. So find yourself a Hux lead first order team, and we're taking in a CLS team. We're just swapping out OG Chewie for Grandmaster Yoda. The idea behind this is 3PO and Chewie is able to do AoE blinds, Grandmaster Yoda is able to do AoE foresights for us, and we can farm this feat without killing anybody, well, without finishing the battle, and get all of them done essentially in one big lump sum. It's very, very efficient, and it is more or less harmless. So you start off, and all you have to do is kill General Hux, kill him, you'll eat an AoE, and then all we do is focus on OG Kylo now. That's literally it. So we just go ahead and start hitting him. You will never kill him, ever, because he's just going to be recovering max health. The enemy is not going to be gaining any bonus TM. Simply, well, they're not going to be gaining any turns because we are generating constant TM, and we're able to get AoE blinds out on the board all the time. It's fantastic, and look at that, 4 sets of blinds immediately. GMY is then able to pass us 5 sets of Foresight across the board, and then we just keep on working out. Now, I recommend you do not kill all these adds because we should be generating essentially infinite TM for our team thanks to Volatile Accelerator. So we shouldn't need to actually kill them. Don't use the AoE from GMY either. Every time he's doing a basic on crew, he is also gaining that lovely, lovely Foresight. And then when he gets around to his 3rd special, he'll be able to go ahead and use that as well. Now, the reason I play this on manual is simply because if you do it automatically, you'll use AoEs that you don't want to do, and you'll kill off these adds. So long as we are not using our AoEs, we should be able to keep everybody else alive, which makes gaining the Foresight feat that much easier. Crew will never die, so you should be able to put yourself in a position where you're always, always, always gaining that wonderful, wonderful blind every single turn, and the enemy is not gaining turns because we are generating too much TM for ourselves by focusing on crew. It's lovely. So we can just do a spready here, lovely, and then just basic. So every time GMY is using that AoE, we're generating Foresight for ourselves, and we'll be able to do all of the Foresight requirements in just one battle, and you should as well be able to get all of the all of the blinds in this one battle as well, because we are generating so much of that blind as well. The blind doesn't even need to land, you just need to attempt it. So as long as you click that button, you are gaining 1 turn of that feat. And there we go, 1 turn of that. So just make sure you basic every single turn with C3PO, and use the blind every single turn with 2PO, and then use the AoE buff spread when you get the opportunity with GMY. Now, if they do happen to take a turn, it's okay, they'll die off because they've got ridiculous amounts of dots on them, but really they shouldn't be gaining a turn, which is nice. Because Crew is essentially healing himself up, right? And then that's triggering our Volatile Accelerator, which is giving us, what, 27% turn meter in this instance, every single time we're hitting him. So it's a lot of TM, and we're just constantly bringing down the cooldowns with C3PO. It's brainless, super easy. The only problem is you have to do it manually, and you will not be able to win this battle, okay? So it will technically be wasted energy, but you will be saving yourselves a lot of battles, a lot of hassle. So I recommend doing it. I recommend doing it. Easy, easy money, guys. All right, I'm not going to play this out. You all get the idea here. They don't take a turn. We get lots of AoE blinds, lots of AoE Foresight. Job done. All right, so I did mention right at the start that the Phoenix feat is currently bugged. The problem currently with the Phoenix feat is that all you need to have is a Phoenix character in your team when you go into battle, and every single kill and every single death that happens will count as a Phoenix victory, as a Phoenix kill. It's broken, and I absolutely 100% promise you CG will fix this. So do not rely on it. Like, you can use it now, use it while it's still available, use it while it's, you know, not been patched out just yet. But currently, all you need to do is take a Phoenix character in and have any unit die. The best one, in my opinion, to do it against is a Night Sister node. And the reason I say that is because when you kill them, they're going to revive. So you just have to go in with your Phoenix team with something that has got a lot of survivability. So for example, if you took in something like this, right? If we went in with Rey, for example, now it doesn't have to be Rey. I'm going to throw in Wat Tambor. The reason I'm throwing in Wat Tambor is because I want to have some additional survivability here. We can throw in some Phoenix here. We just want one Phoenix person, so I'm going to throw in... Let's actually throw in Chopper. I know he's R9. Doesn't need to be R9, guys. It's not important. And the rest of the time, all we really want to have is some form of survivability. So I'll throw in Hermit Yoda over here for some extra survivability. And then let's throw in Shakti. Okay, so we've got our one Phoenix character. We've got Rey for survivability. We've got Hermit Yoda for survivability. And Wat Tambor. Okay, so the idea behind this is that we're going to abuse the fact that under a Mother Talzin lead, there is a lot of reviving. And even when they revive through the leadership ability of Mother Talzin, that still counts. You know, when they revive and die again through that ability, that still counts for us as a Phoenix kill. I know it's ridiculous. It is what it is. Let's go ahead and put that over there. And let's put Master's Training. So that's going to count as a Phoenix kill in the current setup. It's stupid, I know. That revive isn't going to count as a kill, but if we kill her again, when they use a basic and the unit revives, that's going to count as a Phoenix kill. That's going to count as a Phoenix kill. It's dumb, guys. It's very, very dumb. But it is what it is, and whilst it's around, you might as well abuse it. Okay, so like I said, Night Sister nodes, in my opinion, are the easiest way of getting this done. You could put that recovery tech on Rey. You could use this with a JML team. You could use this with any team that you actually want. That revive counts as a kill. That revive counts as a kill. That counts as a kill. It's ridiculous. And you can actually farm quite a lot of this for quite some time. I'm going to kill Talia again. Lots of revives. That counts as a Phoenix kill. That counts as a Phoenix kill. It's just a little bit nutty. And another Phoenix kill. So you can get it done incredibly quickly just by doing this. But I'm not going to just do it this way, because in this kind of setup, we are not preparing for the next edition of Conquest, where they are not going to be able to abuse a node like this just by throwing in one random Phoenix character. Okay, so let's back out. And another way of getting those Phoenix kills is by finding a team like this that's got Mon Mothma in it, and preferably one that's got Xaereth Rebel Pathfinder and Chirrut. Okay, that's the ideal. You want to have that revive mechanic kicking in so that you can farm these kills a little bit easier. Let's go ahead and look at the team that we want to be using. This is an ideal team as far as I'm concerned. You throw in Barasofi with Jedi Master Luke, some Jedi that have got some non-attacking kills feats, you know, like the Master's Training and the AoE heal from Hermit Yoda, the debuff cleanse and the heal from Shakti, and one of your Phoenix Jedi, either Kanan or Ezra. Now, we're going to be using the Inherited Teachings, the leadership ability from JML, to pass turns and abilities calling in to assist Ezra or Kanan. And you want to be focusing down that damage on Xaereth Rebel Pathfinder at all times because you want to be killing him. But in an ideal world, you want to be killing him whilst he has a buff, because if he has got a buff, then he will revive. Okay? That is how it's going to be. Now, I'm just going to do a little bit of days over here on POW. I don't want to necessarily kill anybody, but I'm not against it. I'm not against doing something like this. Another kill with Ezra there, and we're just going to do a big heal. We're waiting for the enemy to take a turn. There we go. Xaereth Rebel Pathfinder over there has gotten himself some buffs, so once again we can go over to him. The benefit of this as well is that Barasofi over there is gaining bonus TM, so she's going to interrupt the enemy team. She's keeping us alive with her Zeta, so that whenever they're critting us, they are also healing us up for her health. This is the only issue with running Ezra in this setup, guys, is that Ezra can also inadvertently double tap and potentially kill the unit, which we really don't want to have happen. It might be in our interest to actually kill Xaereth Rebel Pathfinder now, in the hopes that the revive that comes out on Mon Mothma in a moment is going to revive Xaereth Rebel Pathfinder and not... Who was the other person? Pow, was it? Good, there we go. We got Xaereth Rebel Pathfinder. So I would definitely recommend potentially not using Xaereth Rebel not using Ezra, just because that double tap can cause us some issues. Maybe just go ahead and use Kanan, so you only ever have to worry about one tap happening. Let's actually quickly check Varys's. Yep, that's quite alright. That basic shouldn't deal too much damage. We've got a buff over there on Xaereth Rebel Pathfinder, and we've got those kills coming in. So again, this is the only issue with using Ezra. That double tap, it's probably a little bit problematic. You're probably better off just using Kanan in that Phoenix role, or you could use anyone really. You could use Zeb if you wanted, but that will get rid of the threat of us having accidentally killed Xaereth Rebel Pathfinder when he does not have a buff, right? So I can quite happily just go for the double tap here. He's revived. Just looking to, yeah, I don't actually want to do the attack there just in case. But you can farm quite a decent amount of kills just by doing something like this, and it doesn't, you know, it doesn't cost too much energy. You can, of course, just go through the sector using a team like this, but this just gets you a kill or two extra, as you can see. So, highly, highly useful. Let's go over there and just do this for no good reason. And a big heal. I'm just waiting for him to take a turn so he can get that buff back. That's all you're looking for. Looking for any kind of buff on Xaereth Rebel Pathfinder to make sure he stays alive. Or rather, to make sure he revives. There we go. Some more kills. And yeah. So you get the idea, guys. And then when the timer is about to run out, you can just go around the corner and you can just kill off everybody, calling in your Ezra. And you should be able to get, you know, 10 plus kills per turn. Maybe more, depending on how many times you can revive out that Xaereth Rebel Pathfinder. This will be very useful for next time the Conquest comes around, when they've absolutely fixed that particular Phoenix bug. Not a problem at all. So the only thing we have to do then for sector feats is to win 20 battles without losing any units. Now, in my opinion, the easiest ones to do that with are the likes of CLS. Anything that's going to get you out of the gate. Obviously, don't take it against a crew unless you have some means of killing crew. Likes of CLS, anything that gets you taking turns immediately. The likes of Lord Vader. Lord Vader, without taking in any sort of support, can essentially kill any team with an Amplify Agony setup. You can see my Lord Vader only has 27% stamina right now. I'm pretty certain I can go into this bonus node and just win when I get my first turn. If I get my first turn. I might be lining myself up here for failure. But essentially, you do not need a full team in order to get that. You just need to not lose a unit, okay? And that's actually very easy to do with Lord Vader. As you can see, I've only got 27% stamina on this guy, so we might not quite get the turn. Ah, we did. We got the turn. He takes his turn, we just AoE and everybody dies. So you could do that with Lord Vader to get victories against pretty much any team. Again, it won't work against a team that's a team like Crew, but it's very useful. Take in teams that have got survivability, use your strongest teams in order to get that done as you are progressing throughout the sectors. Looking at the mini-boss node then, we've got win with Sith Empire, 5 Sith Empire characters, win without using any Jedi Sith or unaligned Force users. Now, I've said this before, but Jedi Sith and unaligned Force users, it's always best to go in with the likes of Jabba the Hutt. His team is going to be the best to do it. If not, go in with the likes of BB-8. So, well, GG-8, sorry. So you're going to take in your droids, you're going to go for General Grievous and BB-8, and then you just fill out the rest with Separatist droids. So we can take a look over here. Well, it doesn't even have to be Separatist droids. It's just in our interest to have a bunch of droids. This sort of setup will work very well on the mini-boss sector. That will get you that victory with no Sith or Jedi or unaligned Force users. I'm not going to bother showing you the Hutt Cartel. You could literally go in there and sneeze on your phone and still get that victory, still get that feat. This mini-boss sector is not particularly difficult. Yes, they still managed to go ahead and take their first turn because the speed on these guys is utterly obnoxious. But we also deal a lot of debuffs, and a lot of debuffs when you've got Amplify Agonies means stuff like this happens. And you just sort of spew on people, you know what I mean? Easy money. Easy money there. As soon as we take our first turn, we kind of win. B2 in this lineup is very useful because he can interrupt their ridiculous, frankly ridiculous base speeds that they've got. Now, we can do the Sith Empire squad. I'm not going to show it with the likes of Malgus because I feel like if you had Malgus, this wouldn't be, you know, a difficult feat for you guys to do at all. So I'll just show you with a relatively standard sort of let's actually throw in Marauder, a relatively standard Sith Empire team, just using a Darth Revan leadership. Darth Revan leadership over there with Malgus. Well, the good thing about this is that team, originally speaking, was a hard counter. It was the meta that came to counter Jedi Knight Revan in the first place. Now, obviously, Jedi Knight Luke wasn't part of the fray back then, but this is still super, super useful. Particularly because of the Death Mark mechanic. As you can see, that Death Mark triggering on Darth Revan there just through fear. I love it. So we can just go ahead and do this. That AoE fear is basically going to kill everybody. Sure, let's go ahead and get rid of Basti as well. I mean, it's not looking too pretty for these guys, is it? Not looking too pretty. Very, very simple and straightforward when you've got Amplify Agony as a data disk with your Volatile Accelerator. Looking at the boss feats then, unfortunately there is one feat which is win with Jedi Knight Cal Kestis. I don't have Jedi Knight Cal Kestis unlocked, I'm very sorry. The good news is you don't need it for Redbox, so if you've got him, great, use it. If you don't worry, don't stress, no problems, okay? And the other one is win without using Jedi, Sith, or Unaligned Force users in your squad. We've already gone over it, haven't we, ladies and gentlemen? We've gone over it with Jabba the Hutt, easily done. If not, GG-8. If not, let's think of another one that we can do. We can do Scoundrels, for example. You can go in with a BAM lead. You can take in Han and Chewie. You could take in Dash Rendar. You could take in, I don't know, Captain Han Solo. He's not an unaligned Force user. No Jedi, no Sith, no unaligned Force users. This setup with Volatile Accelerator and Amplify Agony is completely broken. Chewbacca in particular is ridiculously broken because of the way he deals damage. Chewbacca essentially deals an extra tick of damage whenever he does any sort of damage based on max health percentage. So that's actually triggering 2 instances of your Amplify Agony alone through Volatile Accelerator. It's absolutely crazy. What you want to do is you start off and you kill things. I'm going for Taron Malicos just because he's the new shiny, and then we'll do an AoE from Dash. Bam over there was passing turn meter to the team, and yeah, it's just, it's over in a flash. Really like the background art here. This is from the Fallen Order game, really cool. And that's it, guys. That is Sector 5. It is the cheesiest, the juiciest of sectors, and very, very easily done. Let me know in the comment section down below how you got yours, and make sure you like and subscribe for more videos. We're going to be going over the global feats and the best feats to miss out on in this particular version of Conquest very, very shortly. Stick with it. But until the next time, guys, peace out, and may the Force be with you.